lockdown is really against all evidence and, frankly, common sense. The policy itself is killing people. The policy of lockdown and total isolation has impaired and stopped most medical care. We are creating a massive catastrophe in healthcare and killing people by this very policy. But society must function. The cure here is worse than the original disease at this point.
Took a lot of courage back at the time to say that out loud. Dr. Scott Atlas was one of the men who did it. He's the author of the book, A Plague Upon Our House, My Fight at the Trump White House to Stop COVID from Destroying America. He's former White House Coronavirus Task Force advisor. Dr. Atlas, thank you for being here, sir. When you look back
Happy to be here.
on that time, what was there ever a moment when it was really hard for you to speak out? Was there ever a hesitation you had, or a moment when you really needed to muster your courage?
Well, there was never a hesitation. I mean, first of all, the President of the United States calls up asking for help. People are dying, and he's being fed wrong information by people who didn't know really the data or were incompetent. I mean, there's no hesitation. The reality is that it's my country, and I did everything I could to stop people from dying. It's sort of a no-brainer. The only problem was that, there was a lot of misinformation, and I hate to use that word, but there's a lot of really scandalously bad lies, false information, and incompetence, which made it even more urgent. It didn't make it that you could walk away.
Let's do the government science complex. Have they learned lessons from the mistakes of COVID, or do you think no?
Well, I think that there's not an effort there's an effort to avoid admitting error, and there's an effort to continue either lying about the people that were right, like myself, or simply hoping to, quote, turn the page. And this is a real problem, because we can't have a society that just says, oh, okay, we're on to the next thing. First of all, millions of people were killed and harmed severely by the policy itself. It's the biggest fiasco in public health history. Secondly, we can't heal and move forward as a society without the clear understanding of the public of what was true and what was not true. And the first step to restore the trust that has been squandered by the public health agencies, by the university scientists, by the so-called expert class, that trust is gone, and we need to restore it. And the first step in restoring it is for them to admit their error, just like it is in your personal life. That's the first step to restoring trust. So that stuff has not occurred. And this is, one of the concerns I have about the administration. One of my concerns is that there's a temptation to just turn the page and move forward, because people are tired of the COVID discussion, and there are other things to talk about. But I think that we cannot let that happen. We need to first and foremost see these official statements of the errors that were made, the official so-called truths about what happened, because the data is the data. The lockdowns, the school closures, the pseudoscience stuff about masks, this stuff needs to be stated as clearly that was all wrong, and we knew it, before we can move on to the next problems.